Is your training dialed in, but you're still not making progress? Are you busting your ass every single day, but yet you still can't seem to break through? Well guys, in today's video, I'm gonna reveal with you the biggest diet mistakes that you're making that is halting your muscle building progress and what you need to do to break through these barriers, break through these plateaus, build your greatest physique so you can go on to live your greatest life. What's up, it's Coach Frank at the Critical Bench Compound. And in this video series, guys, we're revealing to you the biggest muscle building mistakes. But before we get into this, guys, if you're making the biggest mistake that men are making, none of this matters. Your training can be dialed in, your nutrition can be perfect, your sleep, recovery, you can have all those boxes checked. But if you're missing this one thing, if you're making this biggest mistake, guys, you're gonna continue to struggle, you're gonna continue to suffer, and you will never reach your fullest potential. So click that first link down there in the pinned comment, guys. Check out the next video. We'll reveal to you the 10-second trick to optimize your hormones, build your greatest physique, and like I said, go on and live your greatest life. But let's get into these nutrition mistakes, right? Because it's something we constantly are seeing. We see guys every week scanning in, logging their workouts, tracking everything, but yet they still can't break through. Well, why is it? Because what you put into your mouth, your nutrition, plays just as big, if not a bigger role in the development of your physique. And if you continue to make these mistakes, not only will your progress stall, but you may actually start going backwards, right? I think the first one I see constantly being made, not just by men, but by everybody in general. If we're trying to build muscle, understanding that protein is going to be a primary driver for that growth, is guys, we're just not eating enough protein. Are you even tracking? Are you even paying attention to this? I bet if you looked at it and you started, you're probably not eating enough. Because if you were, you'd be making the progress and you wouldn't click on this video to learn these mistakes. Now, if your goal is muscle building, if your goal is general health, you want to be somewhere around 0.8 to 1 grams per pound of body weight. You know, you hear trainers and coaches out there, oh, you can be 1.5, 2 grams. That's probably over consuming. So we do see some people overeating protein, but most people are falling short. I can guarantee that if you tracked it today, you'd probably be somewhere between 0.5, maybe 0.7 per grams. So we need to be very intentional about getting our protein to 0.8 to 1 gram per pound. And following that up, the second mistake I see people making all the time is they're relying on too many supplementations and too many shakes, not eating real food. So as you're tracking and you're gonna start paying attention to getting your protein to 0.8 to 1 gram, don't think that you're just gonna drink 3 shakes per day and it's going to radically transform the outcome of your life. Majority of your nutrients, the majority of your protein needs to be coming from real whole foods. Lean proteins, lean steaks, lean chicken breasts, lean fish. Think about the word supplements. What is it? It's a supplementation to what you're already doing. So you gotta start by optimizing your regular health, your regular diet, your nutrition with whole base foods. And then you fill in as needed. Maybe 1 shake a day, maybe 1 shake every other day. But I see too many men, too many people, 2, 3, 4 shakes a day. It's not what we're made. It's not how we're made. So second mistake constantly being seen made is just relying on too many subs, too many shakes, not eating real food. And the third mistake, and this is one I fell into in my early bodybuilding career, is I would use the off season, I would use the gaining phase as an excuse to get fat, right? Oh, I'm bulking, so it's okay that I put some extra body fat on. But then when you go to cut and you go to reveal this physique they've been working so hard to build, what ended up happening? You can't lose the weight. It's like this extra fat just hanging around your stomach. Guys, there's a concept known as hyperplasia. So we all know hypertrophy. This is the expansion of our cells, right? This is what we chase when we're chasing muscle building. We're trying to use hypertrophy. We're trying to expand the cells that we already have. Well, hyperplasia comes into play when you're
over consuming your fat cells, they get too big, so they break and they split into two. So now you've taken a fat cell that you could hypertrophy and grow, but you've expanded it to where it's doubled, and now you have two fat cells. So over time, by continuing down this path of consuming, over-consuming, bulking because you're in the off season, you've now got two fat cells that have increased. So what ends up happening when you go to cut? You don't delete fat cells, you don't eliminate them from your body. You can just make those fat cells that you've created smaller. So this is probably the most important one for us as men that are chasing these maximum physique, is we can't justify getting fat as an excuse because we're bulking. So stop making these mistakes, guys. Use lean bulking phases, cyclical bulking, 6 to 8 weeks of an increase, and then go on a 2-week cut. 6 to 8 weeks on an increase, and then on to a 2-week cut. Yes, will you not get as big, but is overall size the goal, or is maximizing your physique? Building the most muscle mass in a lean aesthetic way. Which one's the goal? So guys, if you've been making mistakes, hopefully this video revealed them to you. Hopefully it gave you some insight on how to stop making them. But at the end of the day, guys, like we talked about at the beginning, if you're making the biggest mistake that men are making, by not paying attention to your hormones, not optimizing your lifestyle, then none of this matters. So click that card, check out the first link down there in the pinned comment, guys. Check out the next video where we're going to reveal to you, like I said, the 10-second trick for men to optimize their hormones so you can build the greatest body and then go on to live the greatest life. If you got value out of this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But Coach Frank at the Critical Bench Compound, we love you guys. We'll see you in the next video.